the desert of the real.
Can you imagine eating one of those frogs?
Chocolate frogs?
Yeah, that'd be crazy. It's like screaming in your mouth and jumping around, and you're like, crunch, crunch, I wonder if it keeps screaming all the way down.
I have a question. You've read all the books.
I have read all the books.
And there's the Killing Curse. Which were... Perfect.
Lumamora
if you went out into the woods,
Caveat Emptor is another one.
And you wanted to hunt for food, do you use the Killing Curse to kill an animal?
I don't know, what does the Killing Curse do?
It just kills.
That's it? It doesn't damage the brain or the meat or the...
Literally,
I would need to know more of...
Literally, the only evidence we have is Harry Potter surviving with a scar. That's the only thing it does to the body, has ever done. Besides that, it just kills you.
What does that mean, though?
I don't know.
Separating the soul, stopping the heart.
Like, if you killed a deer with Vada Kedavra...
You would need to know that answer to that question. If it kills people by liquefying their insides... You would not want to hunt that way because then you would have deer shake. I don't know. You don't know. That's one of the many flaws of the magic system of Harry Potter. You don't have a clue. How does the power work? Are we recording?
Yeah, this is going in by the way.
So how do we get the power? How do you get it? How do you get more of it? How do you the magic system? Is never explained.
You're right.
Even remotely.
I knew you would have an issue with that. And I've come with a couple
there isn't.
Ways to explain it, I think. All right. You know what? Put a pin in that.
I will re-rage.
Welcome to the Desert of the Real. I am Ryan Hudson, and joined with me, of course, as always, is your defense against the dark arts teacher.
No.
Why not?
Because
what?
Stupid. I'm not trying to turn into evil guy. Well, Jason Dietz.
There you go. You are the evil guy.
I am the evil guy.
The Desert of let's see if I can do this without notes.
Okay.
The Desert of the Real is a movie podcast where I forced Jason to watch big blockbuster movies he's refused to see because he did not think they were worth his time. We are English language arts teachers with graduate degrees, and we attempt to use our academic training to dig deeply into movies, and we push you, the listener. Oh, I skipped something. We explore the creativity, philosophy, film studies, and ethics in our films and push you, the listener, to think critically about your entertainment. And here we have the perfect batch of films to do this on.
Hate.
Harry Potter.
The most uncritically received set of films in history, perhaps.
Uncritically?
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay.
It's just this mad obsession. And
You're
that's
right.
it.
So
that's it. There's nothing... There's no depth to it, with the exception of the first and the last two. There's nothing. There's no depth. It's just mad, pathos-driven passion for this phenomenon.
So Dietz is trying to say every Harry Potter movie is the exact same, rinse and repeat.
That's true of the first 4.5, I would say.
I mean, we have different ways of seeing things.
Wait,
obviously.
Really?
I mean, that's why we pause.
Yeah.
I have a couple ways. I mean, it doesn't really apply to this movie because this is just the beginning.
Yeah.
Because this movie, even if the structure is the same as the others, this is the introduction to everything.
Even I can recognize the greatness of this movie.
Yeah, and I think by movie 2 and 3, I'll try to argue.
Good luck.
A couple things first.
Good luck, my friend.
Thank you, Dietz. That means a lot coming from you.
You will not succeed.
I wanted to address maybe an elephant in the room. Here.
She plagiarized this entire series from... that was your softball lob. This is a Greek tragedy that doesn't end like a Greek tragedy is supposed to.
Yes, it's hero's journey. And in fact, there are many a joke about it. There's one of the epic rap battles of history as Harry Potter rapping against Luke Skywalker. And there's a part that literally say that's the same thing.
Yeah.
But no, but not the hero's journey stuff.
My bad.
I just wanted to kind of note, we are not going to dive into this beyond this point of J.K. Rowling, the person, and her political views around this said person. We're not going to take a stance necessarily, but we are going to acknowledge that Harry Potter is a big phenomenon.
Perhaps one of the biggest.
Like, she single-handedly reinvigorated reading for
I remember
a lot of people.
Yeah, I remember that. It happened when I was very first becoming a father, and I was becoming active online, and I had like a creative writing board that I created.
No way.
And yeah, we had a ton of like younger people, like high school students in there writing and getting feedback and stuff.
That's cool.
And yeah, many of them said, I used to hate reading, but then, Harry Potter got me back in, and now I read all the time.
We don't want to say, one way or the other about her views. And the thing is that makes this tricky. And do you know Death of the Author?
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't really come up. Lindsay Ellis has said, it is trying to find an academic solution to an emotional and ethical problem, which I think is kind of cool. Because how do we reconcile this thing that I either used to love or is existence in the world versus the person who made it?
Yeah. I have that struggle with Bill Cosby.
Right.
I owned every album he ever released. I still have, I still think that Bill Cosby himself is the funniest hour and a half in existence. I mean, yeah, how do you still think that? Still have the art when the artist is a dirtbag.
Right. And even if you agree with her or disagree with, but it happens.
Kevin Spacey's the same way. I think he's a phenomenal actor, but apparently he's a dirtbag. So
but the thing that makes Harry Potter a little different is that I guess Harry Potter fandom, the community is still alive and well.
Sure.
J.K. Rowling still is active online.
Well, that's because it's a political stance, not a moral failing. Like, she's not a rapist or, child molester or anything. It's just she has a political stance that a lot of people don't agree with.
Yeah.
So
it's just Harry Potter was a big part of people's childhood. And now some people are struggling with that aspect of their life. Yeah. I don't know when we'll ever bring J.K. Rowling back into the conversation, but I feel like we needed to address it to some degree. That we're trying to look at the fact that Harry Potter is a global phenomenon. Does it have anything deep to say? Or why? I think the interesting thing with this one is, why is it so big and huge?
The hero's journey.
Okay, so let's get back to your pin before you go too far.
What is the pin?
I wanted to unpin your pin because I was thinking about this, because I know you are a big fan of
internal logic.
So I feel like not everyone reads or watches movies this way.
Correct.
Right. Some people like the rules and stuff laid out for you, kind of like in Mistborn.
I don't like this is your misunderstanding every time this comes up. I don't care if the rules are spelled out or not. It just needs to be internally consistent.
Right.
So swish and flick and the whatever word, Lohomora or whatever it is, needs to work the same for everyone. There's no explanation of why can Hermione do all of this stuff no one else can do. Why? What is the reason?
Here is my understanding is you need three things. You need magical blood, which you either have or
everybody up, whatever Hogwarts has it.
Yes.
Okay.
You also need, the other two things is it's a skill. There is a specific pattern your wand has to do with the word.
Swish and flick and the word.
Yeah.
So anyone with magic blood should be able to swish and flick, say Avada Kedavra, and kill someone.
Yeah. And I think what's maybe not even emphasized really is that it takes skill to do the specific spells. Like, even,
but what does that mean?
Like,
You
how
have to move
the
the
wand.
wand.
The wand is a magical thing with the magical core, which connects to your magic and will work magic when
Wait,
you do.
You say your magic, so what does that mean?
If you have the magical blood.
So that's it. There's not gradations of magical blood. Some people have less, so they can do less stuff. Some people have more, so they can do more stuff.
There are squibs, which are people.
I know.
You know.
They're people that with magical blood that can't do magic.
And there's people like Hermione with Muggle parents who just have it in their blood.
Right. So my question is, why does Voldemort have so much more power than other people? If those three things are the only three things. Or Dumbledore.
I actually don't think for Dumbledore and Voldemort it's a blood thing. I think it's literally they worked to become
to be able to swish the correctly way.
Right.
See, that doesn't make any sense.
Maybe they are more interested in learning magic most people don't want to know. I think that's also part of that.
Learning the words?
Learning, I don't know, how do you make a giant statue come alive and work for you? Maybe not everyone even thinks to do that. That happens in one of the books, you know?
So anyone could learn the correct movement, like Neville, whatever, Longbottom, could learn the correct movement, the words, and he could do anything that Voldemort could do.
I think that it's kind of like...
If that's true...
There's like this magician archetype that we can dive into where the skills are present for everyone, Deets, but only the true magician is willing to be so good at the skill.
Okay. If that's true, then this whole series doesn't make any sense. Why would everyone be so afraid of Voldemort if they could just go and learn the same crap and do it back to him?
I think it's because Voldemort is willing to kill people.
So are a lot of people in the books.
Oh yeah, name one, Deets. Just kidding.
I don't know, whatever Sirius Black killed somebody.
Okay, so this is the limited knowledge we have, like excluding like I guess the video game that has stuff too, but there's Grindelwald, who was basically the bad guy when Dumbledore was a younger man. He got followers. Let's follow this guy. Then it wasn't anyone until Voldemort. So it's like in the wizarding, because it's Harry Potter is not like country versus country or whatever. It's more like we are the wizarding world type of thing.
Right.
And I think it just, they're more historically peaceful, but every once in a while a guy comes up, hey, we're better than muggles, let's kill the muggles, let's rise up. It'd be wizard Nazis, I guess. And because it feels like Star Warsy with like, is your metacalorian count high?
Yeah, but there's none of that here. There's no reason at all.
Correct me if I'm wrong, audience. But I'm pretty sure it's just what you're willing to put in the work and knowledge.
But the work is a hand movement.
I guess so.
That seems okay. Let's just move on, because that has bothered me ever since the very first time I read Harry Potter 20x years ago, however long it was.
But you're not wrong that when people criticize the books, that's like the number one issue is the magic system.
Anyone could do anything.
Kinda. Well, you can't technically make food appear out of nowhere. That's not one of the things you can do.
No good reason other than we need the poor underprivileged Dobby people under the stairs for Hermione to... There's no reason for it.
You're a real fan.
No, I just have had this battle with so many people so many times over so many years. You're
not wrong, Deets.
I know. I mean, thank you. What is the appropriate response to that statement?
All right. Okay, here is where I have to unveil some of my cards, though.
All right, bring them.
I was born in the perfect time for this franchise.
That's a 3 of clubs.
I was like in kindergarten or first grade when the first movie came out. And the book series was all already popular. I hadn't read them yet, but I think books 1, 2, and 3 were out. Or something. Because my mom, she went on a trip to Canada, and we had like the Canadian versions of like the books and stuff. And then we got the rest, the American.
Wait, what are the Canadian?
There's different art cover.
Harry Potter,
it's the same thing, but the
Harry Potter, Sorry.
yeah, exactly. So literally, as I was going through elementary school into high school, the books were coming out, the movies were coming out. It was like I was in the perfect spot to age with Harry Potter, to have them coming out, not knowing what's going to happen next. Yeah. It was an exciting time for fans. Like I remember,
I've never seen anything like it.
Right,
like people just completely 100% focused on when the book was coming out, when they were going to get it. They read it. I knew so many people that read the book the day it came out and were done with it.
Stayed up the whole night.
Crazy. Yeah, I've never seen anything like it.
There were book release parties. Yeah, all these things, and like the movie, like people my exact age. It was just Harry Potter central kind of thing. And there are also the movie tie-in video games, other things too that I also did because I was the age for that stuff. Yeah. When the 7th movie came out, I was in high school. And when the last one came out, I was still in high school, but then, then I graduated high school and it was over, It's like, a little, dare I say magical? Where nowadays, I don't even know what could even... The Marvel movies, kind of, but you're losing the source material as like part of the experience too,
Yeah. I think it's probably just going to be unique.
I know.
I don't know. I haven't looked at any like academic explanation for why Harry Potter.
Right.
But I genuinely have no idea. The story isn't unique.
But it's
the characters. I mean, they're caricatures. They don't evolve a whole lot, with the exception of actually, I don't know that they evolve a lot. Harry going in, at least initially, is the orphan, and I don't know, but almost immediately he's the rebel, and he's rebelling against this and that, and that doesn't ever change. I don't know that he grows much, other than he's willing to sacrifice himself at the end.
Yeah.
Hermione doesn't change.
But he's also, 11, 12, 13.
14, 15, 16, 17, 18. It doesn't change.
Yeah.
So it's not the plot. It's not the character arcs.
I think it's the world.
Maybe it's the world building.
I think the writing is, whether you agree or not, I think the writing is approachable.
Very
and
approachable.
Engaging
Yeah.
too. So there's...
Yeah. I love the first book. I really do.
Funny? I think it's, well, you don't think so.
No, I have a list of all of the failed attempts at comedy on here.
But even before this movie came out, there was a bidding war, like who was going to produce this movie. And then it's like, who's going to direct this movie? Like everyone put their hands in the ring. Like even Steven Spielberg was like, if I were to do this, it'd be a cartoon type of thing. Like,
Well, good job not giving it to him.
Yeah, it would have been a little different. Do you know who the director is?
No idea.
It's Chris Columbus.
Oh, wow.
When he sailed the ocean blue.
Came back from the dead.
In 1492. No, there is... Okay, I wanted to talk about Chris Columbus just for a second, though. Because he is an interesting director, because he's got this career where he has incredible movies and just awful stuff. Let me back up a little bit. Let's go into the Wayback Machine. All right. Okay, so he wrote a few movies. His first movie he actually directed was Adventures in Babysitting. So right away I
remember that movie.
He has this his first movie deals with kids or teenagers going on this adventure. His next movie was a box office and critical bomb. And he's like, oh, I guess that was it. I'll be a writer, not a director. But he gets this... they wanted him to direct A Christmas Story. Not A Christmas Story. The one with Christmas Vacation. And he's like, I'm not going to work with...
Chevy Chase. I wouldn't either.
And so he then goes to make Home Alone. And I don't know your thoughts on Home Alone, but...
I like Home Alone a lot.
A huge film.
Yeah.
Also, where John Williams and him collaborate for the first time. Only the Lonely, which I don't know anything about. Home Alone 2, and then Mrs. Doubtfire. Kind of in movies that don't really exist anymore, including we have 9 Months, Stepmom. They don't really exist. You know what I mean?
Sure.
But Bicentennial Man, maybe because it's Robin Williams, does exist, but it's not like everyone knows Bicentennial Man.
Right.
So Harry Potter, he was kind of
dark horse.
He was kind of, you know, people know him. He's had hits, but it wasn't a guarantee he would direct this movie. What he did, and there's an interview he just had, where he talked about this. He came with the script, but he came with a director's script. So he went above and beyond and said, every single line, this is what I would do. And no one else did that. And because it's like doing so much extra.
So he wrote it also?
No, he didn't write it. He wrote the director's script, meaning like the script that already existed. He said, this is what the camera would be doing here. This is what the shot would be here. And they were impressed because he's American. He's like, like the only American for the most part, but all the actors, it was one of J.K. Rowling's things. She wanted every actor to be British or Scottish or Irish, you know, instead of Americans and stuff. And I think that's true for all the actors. For better or worse, like this movie goes on for 7 more movies and he only does the first 2 and he could have done them all. This is what I respect him a lot for. He's like, I'm going to miss my children growing up. I'm stepping away.
Oh, wow.
So he does 1 and 2 and then
that's awesome.
Other directors come in. I think that's awesome. But because he has this career where he's had movies with children, he knows how to work with kids. A lot of kids in this movie.
Yeah.
It literally set the foundation for not just the kid actors. And even though some things change here and there, right off the bat, he nailed out the park for the design of the castle, a lot of the costumes and like what people look like and are in the rest of the movies.
Yeah.
Because this movie and the second one kind of feel different. They kind of grow out of maybe this, I don't want to say kid friendly, but it's like, you know, it's not trying anything dramatic necessarily. It's not trying anything risky or experimental at all. And I think that's kind of on purpose to be the foundation of a franchise.
I think that's smart.
I think that's why this series worked. And I've said this before, but there's not like a general consensus of, oh, this is the best one or this is the worst one. I've seen people disagree and whatever. Like I have my own thoughts and I'm excited to see what you think as we go on. But I think there's something with this one specifically that feels almost untouchable in a way. It's like, you know, it's not the best one maybe, but everything's there and you can see where everything remains for the rest of the franchise. So he was, for whatever reason, the best man for the job.
Cool.
And like,
I think he did a great job. Pretty good. Yeah, I'd say a great job with this movie. Yeah, it's got problems that we'll talk about.
It's not perfect. And also, CGI in general is also kind of in its infancy.
That is obvious.
But he actually kind of, the funny thing is,
they just discovered green screen also.
Right. But like, even if you look at, like in 2010, he directed Percy Jackson, which is another like, you know, similar idea, like teens going on an adventure, Did you read those books?
Yeah.
I never read those ones.
Oh,
but
they're pretty good.
He made significant changes from the book and fans did not like that.
Right.
They wanted another Harry Potter. A lot of these wannabe Harry Potters started springing up in the next like few years, like Spiderwick Chronicles, Darkness Rising, I remember, Aragon. So they're like, oh, The Secret. Hollywood's like, The Secret are these YA teen books or whatever.
Yeah.
And Harry Potter's like the only one that really worked.
Yeah.
Kind of until Hunger Games in a way. That was the next maybe similar.
It's a lot edgier.
It is, yeah. And Harry Potter is actually probably children friendly because my mom read at least the first 3 or 4 to us when we were little. Us being me and my twin, like that. There's like the royal we, but but book 4 onward are YA, but the first 3 I think are little older kids can read them. So. There's that fun comparison with Percy Jackson of like, oh, it didn't work out that time. Harry Potter, he did it.
He learned from his mistakes.
Or no, he didn't learn from his success, I suppose.
Oh, it's Percy Jackson's after.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, I don't know how to do this. Like, you messed up or something. I just wanted to say.
Don't mess with the source material. That's what.
He then directs Pixels, which I've never seen.
I love Pixels.
And a lot of kids
It's not
like
very
it.
good, but it's good.
He produced a Christmas Chronicles, whatever. But
It even has Adam Sandler in it, and I still like it.
That's
crazy.
Wow, that is crazy.
Sorry. Carry on.
I was going to say, he directs a Christmas Chronicles 2. This is Hot Santa with Kurt Russell. It's awful. It's horrible.
Okay.
And then Thursday Murder Club, a book I admittedly like. The movie's pretty boring, though.
Oh.
Anyway.
Cool.
But I just wanted to praise Chris Columbus. He did a lot good here.
Yeah.
Even if this isn't your favorite, it's hard to deny.
No, that's an effective movie.
I also we've watched a lot of movies like the Marvel and other CGI filled movies. I can't help but really appreciate a lot of the practical stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
The sets,
yeah,
the costumes, the castle. It's
especially
so nice
since
to
the
see
CGI looks so bad. I'm glad that
Yeah.
they didn't do the whole thing. Yeah, that was a really good choice.
Yeah.
I was going to bring that up also.
In Florida,
okay.
in Universal Studios, they have Harry Potter Land. And that's part of the thing of like, this is just franchises alive beyond the movies and books.
Sure, yeah.
It is borderline magical walking into Diagon Alley.
Yeah.
You turn this corner, it kind of tries to emulate walking through a brick wall in a way. And you're just there. You hear the music. You see all these shops. You can walk in them.
Wow.
It is kind of, there's something there. It's
cool.
It's really cool. There are ways that this franchise, as opposed, like Star Wars is a good comparison because there's also Star Wars Land and Disney, whatever. But you can like go to the book in a way.
Yeah.
There are options for fans.
Sure. Okay.
You know what? Let's get into the pros.
Okay. Like you've already mentioned, is largely an introduction. Like this is a preface film, right? Not, I mean, we do have, the showdown at the end, but that's almost just kind of not tacked on, but like this film is not about the showdown. This film is about the introduction. And as an introduction to all of the characters, to the world, to whatever magic system there is, to, the tensions between the various houses and the tension between the, Malfoy and Potter or Snape and Potter. And like it works fantastically. Even like the little, and it's such a short battle thing. What is it called? The tests, trials. What is like when they get past Fluffy and go down? What is that called?
Is there a name for that?
I don't know, but that sequence is a very small part of this movie.
Yeah,
it's probably not more than 15 or 20 minutes. So go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I guess this is how.
That's not a criticism, by the way.
It's because this book, it's a mystery disguised as a fantasy. I think. And I think that's like, it's a solid mystery too. Like,
right.
It's like, who is doing it? Let's look at the clues. And solve this together. Yeah.
Like I said, I still love the first book of this series.
Yeah. It's
a very well written, although, a little sophomoric, but very well written, like story. Like it sucked me in. And so as an introduction film, and we've already watched some of these, right? With the whatever the first Star Wars is called, like the very first
New
one.
Hope?
No, the very
of Force Awakens.
No, the first
Phantom
one
Menace.
with the friggin' So Phantom Menace is that kind of a film, or is supposed to be.
Yeah,
it pretty much fails.
Yeah. If anyone starts Star Wars with Phantom Menace,
right? That's what I'm saying.
What's going on?
So this compared to that, there's no comparison. This blows Phantom Menace away. A better, like in terms of quality, would be the Pirates of the Caribbean. But with the Pirates of the Caribbean, like you mentioned when we were doing them, that was a one-off initially. And so that's not really an introductory film, although it does a great job introducing all of the characters. And so I guess the other one is Iron Man. I don't know.
A good movie.
Which, but so Marvel doesn't really, until we get to the Avengers, I guess, have an introductory film, because those were just, let's throw this against the wall and see if people will go to it. Oh, they went. Let's throw something else. And then after however many films are like, oh, okay, so let's bring it together and start something.
Yeah.
And so I don't know that we've seen a movie like this. I don't even know if there are movies like this, because very few film series that we see come in with a complete canon before they start. And so they know what they need to introduce. They know what they need to set up all the way into film 8 from the get-go.
Yeah.
And so I think this is a unique film in that respect. And it does what it needs to do very, very well.
Right.
We're into the characters. Like there's like, even though, you know, they're pretty one-dimensional, we're into we like one anyhow. So I think that's great. This is a unique film. Yeah. Perhaps it's the only one of its kind that I can think of. And it does what it does very, very well. You already mentioned that the practical side of this looks amazing. Like the practical stuff looks fantastic. The mystery, like you already mentioned, is very compelling. Like,
well, it helps when you have like Alan Rickman.
Yeah, and he's like actually my very next thing is Alan Rickman and the rest of the cast. This is like almost universally, this is the only movie that I think we've done where literally everyone in this movie is nailing their part.
Kinda.
It's amazing.
It's hard to think of people in your brain besides the actors in this movie sometimes.
Sure, yeah. The only one that I would, like the little kid that keeps burning himself.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he's literally the only one that I'm like, yeah, that is, like, these are who these people are.
Yeah.
And we can see how amazingly they did it because what's his name in real life? Harry Potter.
Oh, Daniel Radcliffe.
Daniel Radcliffe, I think, has successfully created a career outside of Harry Potter. Yeah. And that tells me that from... How old is he in this? 12 or something?
He's supposed to be 11.
11, sure.
Probably 11.
That tells me that from 11, he had the seeds of a pretty amazing actor in him at 11. He's not just this kid showing up and, oh, you act like Harry Potter. Let's make you Harry Potter because you already act that way. No, he's an actor.
Yeah.
Same thing with whoever Hermione is. Emma Watson. Same thing. She's got some good stuff outside of Harry Potter, and Alan Rickman, obviously, like he's Alan Rickman. So yeah, the acting is amazing. Amazing. This is, I would say, thinking of other films with child actors in them, this is like light years better than any other film I can think of with children actors in them.
Because it's always risky with kids.
Yeah. And whoever did the casting for this, amazing job. So
I agree.
I've got some quotes, but generally speaking, that's my prose. That's my gushing for this movie.
That's awesome.
There's a lot to appreciate here. There really is.
There's a couple of shots that are kind of goofy, or like in the forest when after he drinks the unicorn blood, he floats away, stuff like that. But part of me kind of likes how analog it is.
But it doesn't make sense because he's an actual physical being.
It doesn't make any sense.
Okay.
And it looks silly.
Good. I'm so glad for you to say those
But my point is, there's a couple of things I'm like, you know what? I'm glad they went this way. And makes it kind of...
Like the menace of it is gone because he's a floating
He's
thing.
like, woo!
Yeah. Anyhow.
But here's something I've never noticed this. Privet Drive, where they film, where the Dursleys live.
Yeah.
I've never noticed that every single house has the exact same type of car, you know?
Oh, really?
I didn't notice that. It's like the same make and model, different colors. But I'm like, that's, they lives a boring everyday life, but they have this secret where they got this son. The number one thing that's best is the music. It's John Williams.
Sure.
it's hard to go wrong with John Williams. Right. He literally makes the world alive. There are many scenes that are just elevated because of the music.
Yeah.
He will only do the first 3, and then other people do the next ones. But they're making a TV show of Harry Potter?
No.
It's coming out on HBO. The idea is every book will be a season. Yeah, whatever. But
why?
I don't know. Money is the lame answer.
Well, but
other lame answer is there are things that the movies don't do, the book does, and things like, well, let's get.
I mean, that's true,
but I can't imagine doing a Harry Potter with different music
or different Harry Potters and different.
There's a lot of behind the scenes pictures already, and it's like, just kind of looks like the same thing. The music. How do you do different music? And that's part. Also, I was like, Halloween movie confirmed. Christmas movie confirmed. There's scenes, but there's like a Christmas music theme going on.
No, we're not going back to that argument.
We never went there because it was probably off mic.
Oh, was it? We were arguing whether Die Hard was a Christmas movie. Oh, because it has Christmas trees in it, therefore it's a Christmas movie.
On Peacock, the streaming service, the extended editions are playing.
Yeah.
And there's a scene where the Aunt Dursley is cracking eggs and there are envelopes in the eggs.
Right.
Was that in yours?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's not in the theatrical version.
Oh, so I guess I watched a longer one than I had to.
Yeah, even rewatching, I was like, I didn't know this was in there. It's a kind of fun thing.
It is kind of fun.
But I just wanted to point out, every time you see Hagrid, there is camera trickery afoot, which is a lot of fun. So, for example, a lot of scenes are just filmed just Hagrid from below.
Hagrid. You said Harry.
Sorry, I meant Hagrid.
Oh, yeah.
So,
for sure.
Robbie Coltrane's not that big in real life.
I looked it up. He's 6'1".
Yeah, so he's
shorter than me.
Yeah, and you're a tall person, Dr. Deeds.
Well, I'm 6'3", but I mean, Hagrid looks significantly taller than 6'3".
So whenever you see Hagrid, it's either a person on stilts or whatever in a Hagrid costume. The camera angle makes him look tall, or some sort of, not so much in this movie, but CGI. The biggest, if you go back and watch this movie, when they're going into the 3 broomsticks or whatever, Hagrid bends down to get through the door. You can clearly see it's a Hagrid face mask and not a human being. Yeah.
That's funny.
And that's always fun. And I always thought he was just a big person in real life, but not necessarily. And I love stuff like that. All right. I have a fun thing for you, Deets. When did you do the quiz for what house you're in?
After I finished watching.
Oh, you did? When I texted you?
Yeah.
Man, we should have waited for the...
Oh, sorry.
What did you get, Dr. Dietz?
I am a member of Ravenclaw, whatever that means.
Oh, well, let me fill you in here a little
Tell me
bit.
all about myself, Dr. Freud.
There are 4 Hogwarts houses.
Oh, yes.
And I want to kind of maybe dive into this because you like to do personality tests in your classroom.
I do.
And you know some actual
I like doing actual scientific ones in the classroom.
And I think there is some. Well, maybe you can help us out here with this. But I have a quick 1-question Hogwarts house quiz for you. Let's see if it even works.
Okay.
I don't know if you're on a journey or whatever, but you are presented with a locked door. What do you do?
Do I have the key?
What do you do?
Pull the key out of my pocket and open the door?
Okay, this is funny.
Okay.
So this is like the 1 question, because there's a lot of different versions out there.
Sure.
Ravenclaws finds the key.
Okay. Well, so I guess it's true. Whatever Ravenclaw is, that's me.
Slytherins would try to pick the lock. Gryffindors will kick the door down or break the door down. Mm-hmm. And Hufflepuffs would
give up.
Oh, would knock on the door.
Okay.
So, simplifying it, it's Ravenclaws. They're seen as the smart ones, or the maybe the thinkers, the ones that like to get into the Ravenclaw house. You got to answer a riddle as opposed to a password.
So the Slytherins are what?
They're ambitious and cunning. So they're always in the negative light because of these books, but it's not wrong. It's not bad to be ambitious.
No.
It's not bad to be cunning.
True.
But they might do things to get first in like a sneaky way or something like that.
Okay.
Gryffindors are brave and I don't know. I should know this because I'm a huge Harry Potter fan, but you know, they're willing to stand up for themselves or stand up for others, yada yada. But Hufflepuffs are kind of seen as like the funny one because you're kind, you're willing to help others. You know, it's.
Are you a Hufflepuff?
When I took the test, I was also a Ravenclaw.
Oh, way to go!
I am. I do feel like a Hufflepuff.
Welcome to the club.
I don't need to be the center of attention or the best person in the room.
Yeah, like those Gryffindors.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Anyhow.
It's funny that test that you.
It worked.
You tricked into that. But I guess let's dive into it. Personality tests. You've read books.
Oh yeah.
Are there true personality traits? Is my actual question, or are we all too complicated for that? Like, is it accurate to say so and so they are this adjective, or
well, in a reductive sense, you mean?
In a real life sense?
Well, nobody is this adjective, and that's it. Like we're incredibly complex. So the way that in my class we use the various personality and identity type tests to understand ourselves so that we can understand literature.
Okay, yeah.
So rich characters are understandable through a bunch of different personality tests, quote unquote, lenses. And so the better we understand ourselves, the better we can recognize similarities and differences in others. Mm-hmm. So if we understand ourselves and our motivations, we can better understand anyhow. So like there are some that I believe are very helpful in understanding interpersonal relationships. Like there's a book by Gretchen Rubin called The Four Tendencies.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I think should be required reading for anyone in a leadership position.
Oh. Because I do that in my class too, because I stole the idea from you. But there's the obliger, the questioner, the
rebel and the upholder.
So if those were Harry Potter houses...
I actually did this.
No way! Look at us!
I did. Deeds. It's right here in the philosophy. I didn't do the houses. I did characters. But we could do the houses. So the rebels would probably obviously be the Slytherin.
Yeah.
The questioners would be the Ravenclaws.
Yeah.
The obligers
Hufflepuff
would be Hufflepuff. And the upholders would be Gryffindor.
So, in a sense, there is, I don't know if...
And if you don't know what we're talking about, you should go read the book or at least go take the test. It's a short test.
It's called The Four Tendencies.
Yeah, but you will understand a lot. Like, it was honestly revelatory for me when I first took it. Shout out to whoever it was. There was one of my students like 5 years ago, I think. Was like, you should read this and add this to your class.
Oh, cool.
So I don't remember who it was, but shout out to you if you're listening. Thank you. So,
and now you could be like, you're basically Gryffindors.
Well, right. But again, anytime you reduce a person to a single trait.
That's what I'm really kind of trying to get at.
So does this help me understand myself? In that aspect, 100%. Does it help me understand other people? Does it help me be a better father to understand this? A better teacher? Absolutely. Are my students just questioners, rebels, upholders, or obligers? No, obviously.
No, but when the rebels reveal themselves, you understand that those are the
rebels. That they are currently, interacting with my authority as a rebel would. And that helps me adjust as a teacher.
Yeah.
And so, yes, I do believe that there are personality traits that are incredibly useful to know and understand and look for in other people as well as ourselves.
Cool.
So, yeah, I did characters. So,
well, I guess one final note on that specific thing before we get to yours. The hat tells Harry he would have been good in Slytherin.
Right.
And we're used to Slytherins only being bad guys, but the book and movie does acknowledge, or maybe I'm thinking of the next one, that Harry would have been able to do great stuff if he was a Slytherin.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of cool. It's not like you're not just one thing. You could have been...
And that's actually exactly what I was trying to say is,
we have done 100 episodes together, Deets.
Yeah. I think we're bleeding into each other.
We gotta start throwing curveballs at you.
So, yeah, that's interesting that we both brought up the same thing. couple quotes. Really powerful writing can reveal a ton with very little. So like Stephen King is my best example. He can reveal massive amounts of character with just a single sentence.
Or a word like it.
Sure. Right. But in this one, there's not so many of those, but like one good example is Hermione when she says, I'm going to bed before you two come up with another idea to get us killed or worse, expelled. That is a fantastic line.
Yeah.
We know Hermione from just that sentence. We know so much about her. And so when we're watching film or when we're reading books or even listening to music, I think one of the things that separates great from good from bad is the ability to just with one moment, one scene, one line to reveal a character. So that we don't have to spend time saying, well, Hermione sure is a smart person and she knows a lot of stuff and she may be more focused on her academic success than on, other things that most people would think is more. No, we don't do that. She doesn't do that. She's just boom, one line. We know Hermione.
Show, don't tell.
Yeah.
The recent example from Avatar we talked about a couple weeks ago was Sigourney Weaver. It's like, where's my cigarette?
Yeah.
Or
that one line, we know so much about her.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. If we're continuing to look for what makes something great, as we're looking for movies, I think that is a criteria.
Yeah. Was it easy to relate to Harry Potter?
Like, I don't have a line for Harry Potter like that. I don't actually. That's the only line I found that's like, boom, here is this entire character revealed.
I think the best one in this movie is, I think I can sort out the bad.
The good from the bad myself, thank you.
I think maybe that's the best contender.
Or when he goes after the remember ball, whatever it's called.
The remember all.
I got it right the first time. Yeah, when Malfoy chucks it and he goes after it, that reveals a ton about Harry. Like, he's a questioner. Like, he will obey the rules as long as it makes sense. But if there's something he feels is more important than the rules, he's willing to break them. And yeah, him going after that sets everything else is coming up. Yeah. Including him and his buddies wandering around in the third hall, finding the Fluffy and whatever and the troll. All of that is set up when he goes after the ball.
Oh yeah, that's good insight.
We don't have any indication of that before. Like what he does with the glass and the zoo is an accident,
right? Like
all of the other stuff are accidents. That's the first time he's like, okay, she just said don't fly, but this guy's being bullied. I don't like bullies, so I'm going to break the rule to defeat the bully. That reveals Harry. But there's not. I don't think there's a line that does it, but that scene does it really well.
But once again, going back to the Sorting Hat, it's like you can be great. It's all here in your head. I think if you were to think about that line on a deep level, I think
on a philosophical level, even.
Yes, we as people, every single human being has the potential to be great. It's all up here in our heads.
Oh,
so like
that's not how I was going to take it.
Well, I'd love to hear how you take it, because how I was like, how you think about yourself, your potential, what you could learn or do, like, I don't know, interests or hobbies or just applying skills. I think we all could be great. It's all
I agree.
And sometimes we are hard on ourselves and we get on our own ways.
I also very much agree with that. I thought of it as more of a fate versus free will kind of a statement.
Oh?
Like, is it that the hat can literally see the future and it's all planned and it all is happening? Or can the hat see and understand Harry so well that he can anticipate what will happen because he can see everything about him? And
it's like you put the hat on and then you just hear like, on a scale of 1 to 10, how likely are you to... What if that's...
So I think as I've mentioned, believe strongly in free will. That argument comes up with atheists all the time. If God knows everything, then whatever. No, I don't. Then, there isn't free will. Then everything's determined. How can he justify sending people to hell when he blah, blah, blah? I think that's all, it's intellectually flawed. It is possible, this sorting hat, I think, is set up to look at every aspect of who you are and why and how, and anticipate correctly future choices. I don't think that's out of the realm of possibility.
No.
If you understand every aspect of who someone has been and is, you can predict. At home, I can predict that if I have asked, or my wife has asked somebody to do the dishes and we didn't turn off the Wi-Fi, I can predict that they will not be done when we get home. Does that mean they're fated to not be done? No. It's just that I know my children well enough to anticipate that. And I think that's what's going on with the hat.
That's cool.
So that was one of the philosophical things. Fate versus free will.
Yeah.
So the sorting hat, I think, is a free will.
Because we will eventually eat with Harry. He's the chosen one, quote unquote.
Sure.
And so that's kind of part of it.
Must
too.
have chosen ones.
I know. There's a lot of chosen ones all over the place.
There are a lot of chosen ones.
So many chosen ones.
Yeah.
But it's one of the examples.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, there is a line Hagrid says. It's not even a big or important line that stands out, but I'm like, I should use that whenever I don't want to do something. When they come to his door and he's like, and he has the egg and they don't know that yet. He says something like, I should have written it down. He's like, I'm in no fit shape to entertain today. Thank you. I gotta remember that one. There is, of course, what is it? He's going to sacrifice himself. No, you can't.
What is that?
At the end, this was a big thing on TikTok.
Oh.
Not me, not Hermione, you.
Oh, Ron.
Once I make my move, you're free to take the king.
Okay.
Of course, the iconic lines of Ron.
Yes, Ron. The immortal Ron.
That was it became a meme unto itself.
Oh, I'm sure.
Then I have two serious lines. Voldemort, of course, says, there is no good and evil, only power, and those who too weak to seek it.
Yep. That's the foundation of my philosophy of the real.
So we'll come back into that one.
Oh, yeah.
And then, of course, probably my favorite line out of this entire movie is when Dumbledore says about Neville.
Yeah.
It takes a great deal of bravery to stand up to your enemies, but even more to stand up to your friends.
Yeah, that was one of mine too.
If you were just a kid at the school and you're like, this kid, what does that mean? Right. You're getting Slytherin gets gypped from the house.
But whoever the kid is that plays Neville, that moment is magnificently acted. You can see just he does a great job. He's stunned, he's pleased, he's embarrassed.
Yeah. I mean,
really
the line is good, and I think it's
a great line.
True to real life.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think that is my favorite line in the whole thing.
It's mine too.
Because that's the life lesson. Not the movie point, but the biggest one to learn from this whole thing. Sure is right. Yeah. Sure.
I mean, we don't know what the best movie is. The same thing. There are admittedly a lot of great lines in the Harry Potter series. A lot of great philosophical moments. So the other one that I chose or picked out that I really liked is, it does not do to dwell on dreams, Harry, and forget to live. Yeah. I'm gonna, you know what, Dietz? Maybe we were spending too much time, because I was gonna bring that whole Mirror of Erised up too. Oh, cool. Well, it's almost like we watched the same movie. So just philosophically, there are three different aspects of your life that you could spend your life focusing on. So there are people who are focused on the past, the mistakes that they made. Oh, it was great when, Uncle Rico in Napoleon Dynamite is a past-focused character. There are future-focused, which is a dreams focus, which is what Dumbledore is warning Harry against. Is it bad to plan and anticipate? No. But if you do so at the expense, if you do either of those at the expense of right now, you are failing to live, like Dumbledore says.
Yeah.
Like if you spend your life looking in the past, your whole life is becoming the past because you never add to the past. You're never building on it. Same thing with the future. If you spend your whole, man, I can't wait until, you're going to be 80 and you're going to be like, oh, wait.
You're going to find yourself with a bunch of empty yesterdays.
A bunch of empty. Whose line is that?
It's from Harry. It's from Music Man.
That's right. You will find yourself with a bunch of empty yesterdays. And so Dumbledore is giving us that philosophical mandate, like be present, live in the present. And that crops up all over in philosophy. Is be present. Most obviously in Eastern philosophy, but there's a lot of it in Western philosophy as well. Like the
honestly, it should be more in Western philosophy.
It should be more.
I mean, with social media, there it is. Check off your bingos. We said it.
Tester to the real bingo.
We are just less present than ever.
Yep, it is true.
Because it gives you an excuse not to be.
Well, it gives you, initially an excuse, and eventually it becomes a way of life. Although I guess that doesn't really fit in either of or any of the three. That's a fourth category.
Three what? Past,
present, future. That's a fourth category because living your life in social media isn't any of those three.
Yeah,
it's a oh wow,
but
that's kind of cool.
In a way, the mirror of Irised, I don't know if you knew this, Deets, but Irised is desire backwards. You didn't know that? Here I am being incredulous.
Okay.
But it's like, what do you desire most? Look into this mirror. In a way, our phones are our own little mirror of Iriseds. I desire the life of this Instagrammer or whatever.
Okay.
You know? Man, there's a guy I follow. I should probably not follow him because he's close to my age. He's an investment banker. Yeah. He just spent a weekend in Tokyo Disneyland. You know what I mean? He's just doing stuff like that all the time.
Okay.
And it's like...
You're shaping the future.
Yeah, I might rather go to Tokyo Disneyland.
I would not trade. I would not trade what I do for any other money.
Deets, here's one of the benefits of doing a movie franchise that has had a lot of attention. There's been a lot of people that said a lot of stuff. Sure. So I did some Googling, and this comes from either Grade Saver or Spark Notes. But this is what I got from a source outside of me. The dangers of unchecked desire are also key. The mirror of Irised symbolizes how obsession, like Harry missing his parents, and he goes back to look at his parents. And Dumbledore even says there are people who got lost in this mirror. Mm-hmm. Or,
right.
It can derail life. Dumbledore advises balance, desiring only a pair of thick woolen socks. This Buddhist, Eastern philosophy, Buddhist-like caution against attachment, it highlights self-control.
Well, and the balance is Taoist also.
Oh, wow. So I just got to be wrong all the time.
Well, no, the Buddhist, the lack of desire is very Buddhist.
Yeah.
The balance of life between past, present, and future is Taoist. Sorry, carry on. You can cut that out if you want.
That's good.
Although, in fairness, you are treading on my toes.
I know.
I don't go into film studies.
Can.
Yeah, but I don't. I respect the boundaries.
You mean the balance, Steve?
The balance, yes. You're yinning on my yang.
I totally Googled philosophy and Harry Potter 1, and I got some stuff.
Cool. What else you got?
Actually, you already mentioned the free will thing.
Yeah.
This is from the same source. Destiny is not fixed, but shaped by decisions.
Mm-hmm.
Like Harry Potter deciding to go fly or choose to be in Hogwarts, sure. Yada, yada, yada. Despite parallels between Harry and Voldemort, same wand cores, they're they're locked into fate. Oh, so the fact that Harry makes choices kind of illustrates how choices define character. And Dumbledore notes, it is our choices, Harry, that show what we truly are, far more than our abilities. And I think maybe
I agree.
Voldemort is obsessed with the ability part.
Sure, yeah.
He also thinks wizards are better than muggles, and muggles should be slaves.
He does.
But Harry's like, no, we got to make choices.
Yeah, I agree completely with that. We are not defined by our pasts. We're not defined by our skill set. We are defined by our choices.
You'll like this. This aligns with existentialist philosophy akin to Sartre's notion.
Sartre.
All right, what is it?
Sartre.
Sartre.
Nothing means anything. It's Sartre.
Yeah, his notion that existence precedes essence. When individuals forge their paths through action.
That's Sartre?
I don't know. That's what the Google said.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Well, maybe Google lied to me.
Or maybe there's more depth to Sartre.
Yeah, brush up on your Sartre.
I guess I should. All right, let's move into some of the issues with Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone.
Yeah.
Dursleys don't exist. There is no one on this planet that is the Dursleys. Outside of the universe of Roald Dahl, these are not people.
Very Roald Dahl.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's Matilda's family. That's anyhow. Whatever. That's some of the scenes are a little bit long. Like our pod racer scene in this film is a little long.
You mean the
Quidditch scene? My bad. I was mixing.
Oh yeah,
I was mixing the two completely pointless 20+ minute.
While we're there,
no, I get that we need to introduce Quidditch.
Yeah,
and it's fun.
You'll like how book versus movie. There are movies that just get rid of a lot of Quidditch stuff. But I wanted to point, like, since I'm treading on your toes. The film study stuff, like where the CGI is.
You're the film studies guy. That's not treading on my toes.
But I brought in Sartre.
Oh, you did. Well, I will obey the boundaries.
It doesn't look great. It still works. But you got to think of other movies around this time. You got Matrix Reloaded with 100 Agent Smiths. We're doing digital faces for the first time, and there's clearly that going on in this movie.
Right.
Yeah, you got, I guess, Spider-Man 2 was also around here, where you got complete CGI body doubles, kind of for the first time in a way. Now it's happening all over the place, especially in Marvel movies and stuff. But it's just in its infancy, so I give it some lack, I suppose.
Yeah, I don't have issues largely with visual stuff. It's just a product of the time it was in.
Yeah, it totally is. Because the Matrix for the first time, they took a picture of a face from literally every single angle possible to put it on a double or a digital double. You know, that was being invented. Around that time, and it wasn't here. They're very plasticky and stuff. Yeah. If this was, it's also broad daylight. If this was nighttime, it'd be easier to hide stuff.
But that fudge it a little more.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Also, Quidditch doesn't really make sense when you think about it. Are there fouls in Quidditch? People
Apparently
are just doing all sorts of things all over the place.
Just stab somebody in the face. Quidditch is another thing. I'm just okay. Also, there are no rules here.
Dude, there's no doubles. When someone gets you can't swap someone out on the bench. There's no bench in Quidditch.
Yeah. Once you're dead, I guess.
I guess.
Yeah. Anyhow, whatever.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. I have some nitpicks.
Go for it.
Of course.
Yeah.
So if there are 3 empty spots on the chessboard, how did Quirrell get through?
I guess the magic reset itself. The house knew there'd be 3 of them.
Okay.
I don't know.
Same question, or not, same place. The chessboard, Ron's quote unquote sacrifice.
Once I make my move.
What? He didn't even get poked, touched. He just fell off of the horse. He dropped 3 feet. What is that about?
You know what? Maybe we should try it and see what it's like.
To fall 3 feet off of a horse?
He flew.
Anyhow. Also, I feel like maybe it was just the version I was watching, but do all of the scene changes just fade to black?
That's only the extended.
And then, okay, because I was like, what are we
It's goofy.
Using Apple Studio to make this?
Every time that a weird edit happened was because you just saw something that wasn't in the theatrical.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, then I retract that. Although it still kind of took me out a little bit.
It does. And I was like, this is weird.
Yeah. Okay. The whole they have to go and get the stone thing.
Yeah.
Why?
Oh, I don't know. They feel like it's their duty.
But why?
Because Dumbledore's not there to do it.
But there's a lot of other adults that are aware of it.
You're not wrong. Every single professor has their own challenge to do.
So, okay. Well, all right then.
It's 11-year-olds, Deets. You gotta...
Yeah, but they're the ones that pull it off.
Yeah.
So why are we being taught by Snape and what is there, McGonagall and all these people if they can't protect this little stone?
Well, I guess if you want to think about it, Quirrell...
Duped them.
He duped them.
But, okay, anyhow, whatever. That bugged me even way back when I read the book. I'm like, why 11-year-olds have to... Anyhow.
They just... Delusions of grandeur, Deeds.
But it's real. Like, they do it.
Yeah,
so it's not a delusion. I just think if we're being taught by people, they should maybe be better at whatever they're teaching than we are, maybe. Or at least on par with what we are. Anyhow, you mentioned the quote-unquote comedy in this movie. I don't think of it... There are a couple of moments where I'm like, I laughed because it was cute. But I don't think any of it is funny. I think it all is clunky. Like the kid, I already mentioned, the kid that blows stuff up. Every time he blows it up, he's got some lame line that's not funny at all, but everyone's like, oh. Or like when Malfoy and Harry are out in the forest, it's like, I'm not scared, Potter. Whoa, what was that? Because he really is scared. Okay, anyhow.
I think there are
lucky we didn't panic after Ron freaked out with the devil's all of that.
Kind of funny.
No, that's not funny.
That one's funny.
Okay. or like I don't know how many times Hagrid said, "Oh, I shouldn't have told you that. I shouldn't have told you that's not funny."
That's
either.
He's just doing Hogan's Heroes.
Right. Yeah.
I know nothing.
No, he's doing nothing. I'm a moron. Oh ho ho! Look at the big dumb guy.
I think it's hard to not like Hagrid.
I agree. I'm just saying that line is not funny. The funniness is not present in this film.
All right.
The funniness is not appearing in Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone.
I like the line where the troll, they just defeated the troll, and McGonagall's like, and 5 points for sheer dumb luck. I think
that's a good line. I'm not saying all of the dialogue is clunky, but there's enough clunky dialogue I noticed it. So
you said you give it 4 out of 5. I did. I probably would give this 4 out of 5.
Yeah, I give it 4 out of 5. But that's it really. There's just some logical issues that no one but me apparently has any problem with, and then some clunky dialogue. But on the whole, like I said, I think this is a very well made introductory film
into the world, the wizarding world.
Yeah.
When everything was a cinematic universe, and then the Fantastic Beasts movies were coming out, it would say in the trailers, Wizarding World movies or whatever. It's like everything's got to be a universe now. Maybe you're right, Deets. They should remake this into a 10-episode TV show. That's what we need. Get rid of those clunky dialogues. I'm joking.
Bro, it's 4 out of 5. That's all I got.
No, I agree.
It's a good movie.
It is pretty good. This is the last time Deets will say something positive about Harry Potter for a while.
Probably not. But I mean, because Alan Rickman's still in future movies.
Yeah,
he's still great.
I rewatched the interview with Chris Columbus. Alan Rickman talked to the author and knew where Snape was headed story-wise. And Chris Columbus said there's things Alan Rickman would do. It's like, why are you doing like that? He says, I can't tell you. Just trust me. And looking back with hindsight...
Wait. I thought all the books were written before they started filming.
No.
Oh, well, then I have to retract all of what I just said about the introductory. Let's see.
Because like I said, the books and the movies were coming out as I was growing up. So the book 4 came out right before this movie in 2000. Because I remember when book 5, book 6, and book 7 all came out. Those 3 books came out
so he did
as the movies were coming.
Well, so Chris Columbus didn't know?
Chris Columbus didn't know all the stuff. So off mic, Snape knew he would eventually
do what he does.
You know what I mean?
Or doesn't do.
Yeah. Kind of.
There might be someone out there that doesn't know.
Yeah. It's kind of like
spoiling.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil it. The worst example of that going wrong is in Game of Thrones, where George R.R. Martin hasn't written the next book for like 15 years, and they had to wing it for the show, and doesn't end well. It's very not satisfying at all. And
cool.
Anyway, they lost their source material, but J.K. had the books coming out.
Yeah.
With the movies. I think there's a lot of adding things like nearly Headless Nick are little things that just kind of rule. Like, if he was Headless Nick, whatever. No, this is nearly Headless Nick. It's the difference
the ghost
that makes
I
it.
was never really a fan of.
Well, they disappear after a while, so they basically are in one more movie.
Yeah.
Or he is. And we don't even get Peeves. There's a whole character in all the books.
Yeah, Peeves should be in there.
The poltergeist,
Peeves
does not appear. He's a little stinker that messes things up.
Yeah.
And they always have something else do it in the movies instead of Peeves. This also comes from that Google I said that at its core, the story delves into the power of love.
True.
Which is what Dumbledore says to Harry at the end. Like Harry's mom sacrificed herself as the ultimate form of love, being the magic that Voldemort didn't foresee coming. I also wonder how that hasn't happened before, but I digress. You know what I mean?
Logical flaws keep piling up.
Yeah, you're not wrong, Deets. So the Dumbledore, he says Voldemort is incapable of love. That's probably, I guess, his biggest weakness.
Sure.
So in a way, what I'm trying to say is all you need is love.
Yeah,
If only there was an iconic band that had an iconic song. I have one more philosophy treading on toe.
Oh my goodness.
Unless you want me to do 2. I have one that mentions Thoreau, one that mentions Nietzsche, and one that mentions Aristotle.
Aristotelian ethics?
Yeah, I guess.
Is that what it is? And the will to power for Nietzsche?
Well, it's about friendship.
Oh, then go ahead. I am not going to touch on Aristotelian ethics or Nietzsche's opinion of friendship.
So. I mean, I'm cheating because I looked it up, but
I look my stuff up too sometimes.
But I'll do the bullet points. The necessity of rebellion, which Harry does. This resonates with Thoreau's civil disobedience.
Yes, Thoreau.
Henry
David Thoreau. Walden, on Walden's Pond.
I've not read that, Deets.
Have you heard of it?
I've heard of it, yes, of course.
So he's okay, anyhow, you can edit all of that to preserve your... I'm an English teacher.
No, actually, I want to keep it in because you should give us... Harry Potter's not deep enough. What should we read from Thoreau?
Harry Potter's pretty good.
It is. It's a lot of fun. What should we read from Thoreau?
That's for what purpose?
What's the thing you just... To
on
understand
Walden's
his philosophy.
Well, on Walden's Pond, he goes out into nowhereness for 18 months or something and just lives off the land, off the whatever, as a way to understand the impacts of modern society on us. On Walden's Pond is pretty awesome. It's proto environmentalist, proto naturalist kind of piece. It's pretty. It kind of makes you want to, go off the grid and live on a pond for a while. It just about getting in touch with the divine is there's a lot on Walden Pond to recommend.
Walden?
WALDEN. It's called Walden, not on Walden Pond. I thought it was called on Walden Pond.
You've had me astray, Deets. This is why we have issues. Oh, just a brief 14 hours. Let me put that away.
But it's not like a dense. Okay, it's pretty. It's really pretty. Anyhow, So anyhow, Thoreau, yes.
Thoreau, he taught civil disobedience, portraying
Yes, he did.
rule breaking as a form of moral autonomy.
Mm-hmm.
See, I came up with that myself.
Oh, wow. Well done.
From reading Walden. I cut all that out. Joke's on you.
That's not in Walden, so I don't know how you got it out of Walden, but no, he's a really cool guy. Like, he went to jail to just not pay this very, very small tax, I think.
So that's a civil disobedience.
Yeah,
thing.
just
the
out
moral
of
the
right. And then some lady came and paid it for him and he's like, wait, no, I don't want to get out. I'm trying to be in jail. Anyhow, that
is cool.
It is cool. He's a really cool guy. He's like a money where his mouth is kind of guy.
See, this is you at first in the podcast. You don't want to like say, "Here's my knowledge." I don't want to show off, but I think we need a professor figure to be like, "Hey, read this. You'll learn that."
Read on Walden Pond. Read civil disobedience. I think civil disobedience should be required senior English reading.
It's friendship and community provide strength against isolation. So Harry Potter was alone. He got friends, and he needed friends to do all the hard stuff to like get to the end goal. He needed Hermione's help, Ron's knowledge of chess, yada yada. Philosophically, this evokes Aristotelian. Friendship is essential to the good life.
It is.
And not Aristotelian. There is a YouTuber I like. He makes like one video a year or something. That's what it feels like. And I probably mentioned this because I think about it all the time. He talked about drugs and what drugs do, like why it feels good, like in your brain or in your body and stuff.
Sure.
But if you do this type of drug, this level of goodness elevates, but other senses in your brain and body decrease. And you feel bad, or you're not able to feel or whatever because one thing is so heightened.
Yeah.
Other things dilute. Yeah. That's why it feels good. I remember
momentarily only.
Yeah, I remember in high school we read an interview by Tim Allen, Tim the Toolman Taylor, and in the interview it was like kind of eye-opening, I guess, because Tim said he used to be on drugs, and like, yeah, no one tells you that you do feel good on drugs. Like, that's why people have a drug problem. Right. It's like getting off drugs, it feels like someone telling you to slow down to drive the speed limit. Yeah, that's a good metaphor, I think. As someone who's never done drugs myself. But this YouTuber, scientifically, research proves the thing that replaces drugs that will make you feel the same, not to the extremes, but a level
more sustainable.
Sustainable is being with friends or people you love, having deep conversations and doing social things. Those things will make the parts of your brain that feel good or whatever, like dopamine and other examples I can't think of right now. You don't need drugs, which will have negative side effects. Socializing and being with friends is what. Yeah. And that's, I guess,
cool. Yeah.
Harry has for the first time now. People.
And that's why Draco doesn't feel good, because he doesn't have people. He just has hangers on or.
Yeah. It's like the last book, or maybe even The Cursed Child, where Draco has a line that said, "I didn't have any real friends. They were just
hangers on."
Yeah. Anyway, because that's why Harry and Draco are good foils. Or
because Harry has friends and Draco doesn't.
I guess it's not so deep here. But
Sorry.
We got lots of.
Sorry.
Anyway.
Yeah, we got lots more Harry Potter coming, so. Anyhow, the last thing I've got, I want to go back to the Voldemort's line that you mentioned earlier.
Power.
There is no good and evil. There's only power in those too weak to seek it. There's a lot of philosophy about power.
Not one man should have all that power.
Well,
as Kanye West once said.
Okay.
Another cancel artist.
Just a famous philosopher. We can go all the way back into Plato. We have Sun Tzu, The Art of War. But power has been something that philosophers are interested in understanding and philosophizing about how it should or should not be used for basically the entire history of philosophy.
Unlimited power, as Palpatine once said.
Yes. Thank you. Yes. Great. So, a couple of directions. I also used Google. I knew the Machiavelli and the Nietzsche, but I wanted more. So I Googled stuff and did some research. But there are I chose 4 philosophers, 4 different ways of viewing power. So Machiavelli is the most extreme on the one end. I guess I assume...
the prince?
Yeah, the prince. Machiavelli says that the person who is ruling, the prince, has no boundaries. Whatever the prince has to do to preserve power is ethical, is okay. He with literally no bounds. If the prince does it to preserve power so that he can continue the kingdom or whatever, it's okay. Lying, murder, whatever, any of it. And so that's the one extreme. And then just, north of that or whatever is Nietzsche. Nietzsche,
the mustache.
The mustache, along with others. But yeah, he definitely has a mustache. His famous phrase, or one of them, his famous phrase is the will to power. He's very individualistic in his philosophy. The individual is more, you personally are more important than everyone else, he would say. He's the guy that said that Christ was one of the worst people ever because he tore down the idea that I am the most important and put in its place we should treat others as we would be treated, which isn't actually originate with Christ. It's a Buddhist philosophy. Anyhow, so the will to power for Nietzsche is you should acquire power. That's what makes human beings successful, is the acquisition or the search for power and how we use it. If you don't have a will to power, he would say then why are you alive? Should be seeking power.
For clarification, isn't there some good? Because it sounds negative.
Well, none of this necessarily is negative.
Yeah, what's like maybe the healthy way
to seek power?
Yeah.
Like getting degrees so that you can provide better experiences for your students is will to power. Even like, like when I first got here, I volunteered for a lot of stuff.
You were foolish back
then. Well, maybe. Or what it did was it made me visible to people that make decisions so that when certain opportunities became available, they already knew I was willing to. And so what if in will to power? That's not why I did it, but that's what ended up happening. Anyhow, so Nietzsche would say that any choice that you make vis-a-vis power should be made with the drive to acquire more and use more to make your life better by filling whatever. So we've got Machiavelli, whatever the leader has to do is okay. We've got Nietzsche, is a little less extreme, but still very self-focused. Michel Foucault is a French philosopher. Good luck reading any of his stuff. French philosophers love to use lots and lots and lots of words to say very little, but there are a lot of really good ideas in French philosophy. Foucault is probably the premier French philosopher, I would say. So he would say that power is a function of knowledge.
Yeah.
So as we acquire more knowledge, we acquire more power, and he would suggest that we use our knowledge / power as a vehicle to control society or to shape society. So society, the direction it is going, he would say, is because some certain people have acquired power through knowledge and they're using the knowledge to direct society. And so that's a less extreme version of Nietzsche's it's all about the one. Foucault would say, okay, maybe, but the one can't help but shape and drive and impact. Can't help but use their knowledge if they're in, or if they've put themselves in a position of power to direct society the way that it goes. And then the other bookend to Machiavelli is a philosopher, Hannah Arendt. And she says that power doesn't belong to any one person.
Like
Power,
what Kanye said, not one man
power to the people.
should have all of that.
Well, she's not saying should have. She's saying it doesn't. Like there isn't.
There is not possible.
Yeah, it's not possible for one person. It's a collective choice. So, I mean, we can look at
like people choosing an elected official, or
right, sure, and the ongoing allowing. So like Hitler is our guy, right? So Hitler, she would, I think, say didn't have power himself. He had power as the result of the collective action of the German people.
Yeah.
And he was just the manifestation of the collective action of the people. And so, I mean, any extremely powerful leader would be the same way. They have power because the collective has allowed that or given it or hasn't rebelled against it or whatever. By the actions of the collective, the individual has power.
Oh, so okay. Wait, when was that person alive?
She's fairly recent.
That's what it.
She's more recent than the other three.
Well, Machiavelli.
She might even still be alive.
He's so old that Shakespeare references.
He died. She died a couple of weeks after I was born, actually.
Oh,
but,
wow.
Yeah. So she is definitely the most recent of the. Actually, Foucault's not that old either.
Oh, really? Well, but what about Nietzsche? He was 1800s.
Nietzsche, yeah. The other two are very old. They're very dead.
Machiavelli is super old.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Foucault died in 84. So the last two, the more probably more complex ideas or envisionments of power are, more recent than the other two.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyhow, so in terms of Voldemort, then we can kind of trace his power. So he's definitely Machiavellian, definitely Nietzsche, and I would say probably also Foucault to a certain extent. So if magic is just the acquisition of the right hand movements and whatever, and the acquiring of the knowledge put him in a place where he could control society, sure. I think the one place where it's interesting to look at Voldemort is Hannah Arendt. And so according to her, the only way Voldemort did what he did was because that's what a lot of people wanted to have happen. And I don't remember the specifics from the books because it's been a while since I read them, but it'll be interesting as we move through the movies to see if Hannah Arendt is right in this fictional account.
Yeah.
Does Voldemort have the power that he has because enough people will it to be, or that's the manifestation of the collective desire? So it'll be fun to
I can already
pay attention.
I already see why some of that will happen in the future movies, but.
And so to wrap up, I guess, in terms of power, like you said earlier with the sorting hat thing, I think that everyone has power, especially in our sphere, which there you go, there's another bingo moment. Power within our sphere, but if we look at some of these philosophies, we can start to see how our use of our power in our sphere doesn't stay in our sphere. It ripples out. It ripples out for Hannah Arendt. It ripples out for Foucault also.
Yeah.
And so just being aware of the power that we have, using the power that we have for good or for evil, whatever, but being aware of that ripple, the butterfly effect of our use of our knowledge and our power and our social mandate is, I think it's important for us to recognize we're not acting in vacuums. Our actions, our use of our power affects everyone around us to a greater or lesser extent. So anyhow, good movie, good story.
Yeah.
Kind of basic characters, but
kind of basic, I mean,
dialogue.
And I think the mise-en-scène isn't basic.
No.
But I do think maybe the camera work and editing are, and I think that's on purpose.
Because it's supposed to be like little kid appeal.
Kind of, yeah, like everyone.
We didn't want too many fancy stuff.
I still remember like my teacher way back when talking about seeing Hogwarts Castle for the first time, like, that's exactly how I imagined it in my brain. Stuff like that. Like it's huge.
That doesn't happen very often.
Yeah.
Especially with casting. It's almost never when you go from a book to a movie, you're like, yeah, that's exactly how I imagined it. The only other movie I can think of for me was like that is spot on as the original X-Men. Like that casting was flawless. Every single one of those actors fit exactly what I had envisioned the X-Men to be. Yeah. So it was well done. So good job casting. Good job music. Good job child actors.
Yeah.
Good job following the hero's journey and checking all the archetype boxes.
You know what? I'm enjoying this space where you still like the Harry Potter movies.
Yeah.
I imagine next week will not be so positive.
No. I wanted to give you this one moment.
Oh, there. It's nice.
Yeah. Because this is a good movie.
Yeah.
It's cute. It's enjoyable. The characters are easy to like and fall in love with. And
just to re-stress, the music. Yeah. It's up there with anything else that's as iconic in cinema.
Yeah.
Anywho, so dessert of the reel, we'll say chocolate frogs.
Yeah. Like even from reading this, I'm like, okay, so this frog is made out of chocolate, so it's not alive, but it's jumping around. And like if you put that in your mouth, it's gonna be jumping around your mouth, or you're gonna have guilt for biting down on this.
If you eat
jumping
half of it,
around,
does it have twitch?
Like does it twitch? Does it once you bite it, does it die? And then if it doesn't, like you swallow it and it's still boing around in your stomach, like what the heck?
That's funny.
That would be weird. But I overthink a lot of things. So
well, that where we are to this day, like I'm with my family. One of us will be like, hey, what about this? Like from Harry Potter. Because we've all read it. It's so like, well, we find things like that. Like, what do you think about that?
Yeah.
This part makes it fun.
Yeah, whatever. But all these little details that may be part of the answer.
Yeah.
Is the creativity of the details.
I think it is.
More so than the characters or the plot.
Here's a recommendation of the reel. There's a horror movie called Malignant. And why I'm recommending it is a secret, but if you've seen Malignant, you know.
Okay. I haven't.
That's only for people who've seen Malignant.
It's not edited, so I can't or won't watch it. Anyway. Cool. Anyhow, hopefully you enjoyed this largely positive respite from what I anticipate will be a fairly continual barrage of negative
and screaming of Jason here
in the upcoming episodes. But
if you have an idea or ways that you like Harry Potter's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, as opposed to Jason saying it's the same thing over and over again.
5 and 6 are not the same. Just 2, 3, and 4.
Jason hasn't seen all the movies. He's only seen the movies rated PG.
Correct.
And not even 6, which is also PG.
I think I've seen 6.
So you haven't seen 4, 5. You haven't seen half of them, which is kind of exciting a little bit.
Yeah.
So...
but I have read all the books several times.
Yeah. They're one of my favorite jokes in Psych, a TV show that I don't think you like.
I like it.
Gus is dating some girl and he says something to the effect of, and she reads Harry Potter once a year to keep her centered. It's like,
actually, I like the first season of Psych.
And then
it's just the same jokes, same characters, same.
So
I need
creativity.
I need boundary pushing and complexity. And I mean, much as I like Gus and what's his name, Sean, as characters, they're kind of one-trick ponies. And same with Monk.
Yeah,
I love the first season of Monk, but after that, it's like, okay, it's the same jokes, same. Actually, though, Monk has a moment in it that I think is my favorite moment in shows. Where
really,
where Monk and what's the
Sure. Oh, okay, there's
the,
Sharona,
no
and then there's
the boss guy.
Leland Stottlemyre.
Yeah. Stottlemyre and him are trying to talk, and there's a guy jackhammering right near them, and Stottlemyre will start, and then the jackhammer will go, and they're both completely straight faced, but it goes on and on for like a minute and a half, and it's hilarious. So good.
Monk is a classic show I grew up watching. Yeah. We have the DVDs at my mom's house.
Yeah,
all the seasons.
Even. I bailed on Monk about the middle of third season, I think.
Yeah, and they're from the same people too. Like,
oh, they are.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Very much like that's why they feel kind of same dudes. A detective.
I didn't know that,
OCD,
but that makes sense.
A detective who pretends to be psychic.
Yeah,
they're the same things but remixed, I guess.
But there are some moments of Psych that I love.
Yeah, and I think
like the one with Tim Curry, that episode.
The Whale? No, that's
great. No.
Tim Curry's in Monk as the Whale.
Oh, he's in...
This, of course, is the
Psych
Monk of the Real, where we just talked about Monk for a while.
No, in Psych, he's some, like, America's Got Talent judge.
Yeah!
That episode is so good.
They're so bad.
And they're like, yeah, they're doing... Shout. That's what it is. That was a great episode.
Yeah.
Anyhow.
Yeah, man. So, I mean, we'll go into the Chamber of Secrets next week and see what we think.
Which hopefully none of you will mistake for Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone.
Oh my.
Because it's very, very similar.
You know what?
But
we'll get there.
Love you.
We love you.
We'll see you next week.
Think critically. Bye.
Bye.